Looking at section 3. All right, we've just done ratios, proportions, similar figures, corresponding figures, and all that kind of stuff. Now we're going to take that and we're continuing to use proportions. On the test, all of the tests that you have had have been out of 100 points. But let's say you have a quiz. What are all of our quizzes in here generally out of? How many total points? Most of our quizzes are 25. So let's say you have your quiz and it's a 25-point quiz and your score was a 22. What have you been doing in the past to find out your grade? Right, you divide 22 by 25. Now, I can set that up as a proportion. Because when you divide 22 by 25, do it on your calculators, tell me what you get. What is the actual number that you get? 0.88, right? But is 0.88 the percent? No, what are you in your mind then doing? Yeah, you're changing it from a decimal to percent, so you're multiplying by 100. And that's where this 100 comes in. So this top part is literally the part. It's the part that you got. The bottom portion is called the whole. The whole amount. Had you gotten 100 or 25 over 25, your score would have been 100. And so as we're setting up a proportion, this is what I want you to remember. Part over whole equals percent over 100. This fraction, we're going to say this over and over and over again. Part over whole equals P over 100, P standing for percent. So here's my first idea. The question says we want to find the percent. What percent of 45 is 10? Now, we have to identify some stuff here. As we read this, identify which one of these numbers is the whole and which one is the part. Why do you say? Bigger number is usually right, but in this case it is. But can you give me more than that? Why is 45 the whole? Listen to this sentence. What percent of 18 holes was the 8 holes you played? Right? A golf course is how many holes? 18. What percent of the 18 holes is the 8 holes you played? What came right before I said 18 holes? What percent of 18 holes, and then what's the next word, is the 8 holes you played? So what follows the word of is the whole. What follows the word is the part. Nate? Okay, so we're going to try to write this as a fraction. So part, and write this down with me. Physically, write the words. Part over whole equals P over 100. And now let's stick them in. Part is the 10, 45 is the whole, equals P over 100. Let's cross multiply. 1,000 equals 45P. Someone with a calculator, please divide that for me. And tell me your value of P. A little louder, Ashley. 22.2%. When in doubt, give it to the nearest tenth. Just a good standard rule. Moving down. Finding the part. What is 16% of 261? See the of 261? It's following the word of. So the 261, is it the part? Is it the whole? Is it the P? And obviously it's not the 100. Of 261, where does that go? That's the whole. I've got the 100. What else am I given? So that goes up here in the 16. So your variable is x. Cross multiply. Gonna need your help again. Someone give me 16 times 261. A little louder. Thanks, Nate. And to solve this, very simple. Divide by 100. 41.76. Part over whole, P over 100. Just as a reminder, looking up here at the top, part follows the word is. Whole follows the word of. Those are some key ideas. If you can get that, Brett, everything else will flow. Coming down here to the bottom. Finding the whole. 72% of what number is 95? It's kind of way over here. So let's write it again. Part over whole equals P over 100. Talk to me here, TJ. Fill in one of the three spots.
The P is 72%.
Okay. So put a 72 there. Is 95. Is that the part or is that the whole? Why do you say? Yeah, it follows the word is. So 95. So I'm going to put W in for whole. 95 100 equals 72W. Someone divide for me? What's my division? What do I get? What does W equal? 131.94. So let's say 131.9. If they never tell you, Brittany, round to the nearest tenth. Just as a general rule. Questions? Part over whole. What word associates with part? Is. What word associates with whole? Of. On each of your homework problems, I want you to write part over whole equals P over 100, then do the problem. That'll kind of hopefully get that kind of ingrained into your mind as we go there.